Today is Wednesday, July 29th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob and I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're on There's a Solution. We'll be reading page 18. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 3. We will read page 40. And of course, we'll read NA's Just for Today and Al-Anon's Courage to Change. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. It is hump day already. Halfway there already, living on a prayer. Going on one day at a time, right? I got a cup of coffee in hand, and I woke up to an email this morning that is always a blessing from a listener that shares their experience, strength, and hope. So this is from Adrian, and he reached out, and I'll go ahead and read the email right now. Hi, Rob. How wonderful it is to start the day with your wonderful channel. Willingness. Wow, what a reminder that was. I am 12 years, 4 months in recovery, and came to AA properly only in the past 2 years. My first experience, I never found a sponsor. I never looked for one. I did none of the work, and I was not willing. These days, I am willing to try God's way. As even though sober for many years had done much of the work without realizing it, I had no order. AA is changing my life daily, and my biggest lesson is progress, not perfection. A message to anyone at all who's just starting out: the smallest amount of willingness will jumpstart your journey. Thanks, Adrian. Wow, I love that, Adrian, and you are exactly right, as far as the key of willingness. I've always heard that acronym, how to get sober: being honest, being open-minded, and being willing to at least get a start, right? Like Adrian says here, the progress over perfection. I don't have to do this absolutely perfectly. And sometimes, sometimes I want to step on the gas pedal a little bit harder, but some things will go quickly, some things, it's going to take some time. But congratulations on 12 years and 4 months of sobriety. And thank you so much for being honest about, your struggles early on. That you never found a sponsor, never looked for one, didn't do any of the work, and didn't seem to be willing. So what a great message about willingness. So thank you so much, Adrian. And I think that's a perfect way to kickstart the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on There's a Solution. We will be reading page 18. An illness of this sort, and we have come to believe it an illness, involves those about us in a way that no other human sickness can. If a person has cancer, all are sorry for him and no one is angry or hurt. But not so with the alcoholic illness. For with it, there goes annihilation of all the things worthwhile in life. It engulfs all those lives who touch the sufferers. It brings misunderstanding, fierce resentment, financial insecurity, disgusted friends and employers, warped lives of blameless children, sad wives and parents. Anyone can increase the list. We hope this volume will inform and comfort those who are or who may be affected. There are many. Highly competent psychiatrists who have dealt with us have found it sometimes impossible to persuade an alcoholic to discuss a situation without reserve. Strangely enough, wives, parents, and intimate friends usually find us even more unapproachable than do the psychiatrist and the doctor. But the ex-problem drinker who has found this solution, who is properly armed with the facts about himself, can generally win the entire confidence of another alcoholic in a few hours. Until such an understanding is reached, little or nothing can be accomplished. That the man who is making the approach has had the same difficulty, that he obviously knows what he is talking about, that his whole deportment shouts at the new prospect that he is a man with a real answer, that he has no attitude of holier than thou, nothing whatever except a sincere desire to be helpful, that there are no fees to pay, no axes to grind, no people to please, no lectures to be endured. These are the conditions that we have found most effective. After such an approach, many take up their beds and walk again. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on step 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Page 40. Then it is explained that other steps of the AA program can be practiced with success only when step 3 is given a determined and persistent trial. This statement may surprise newcomers who have experienced nothing but constant deflation and a growing conviction that human will is of no value whatever. They have become persuaded, and rightly so, that many problems besides alcohol will not yield to a headlong assault powered by the individual alone. But now it appears that there are certain things which only the individual can do. All by himself, and in the light of his own circumstances, he needs to develop the quality of willingness. When he acquires willingness, he is the only one who can make the decision to exert himself. Trying to do this is an act of his own will. All of the 12 steps require sustained and personal exertion to conform to their principles, and so we trust to God's will. NA just for today, July 29th. Expectations. As we realize our need to be forgiven, we tend to be more forgiving. Basic text, page 39. Our behavior toward other people in our life is a mirror of our behavior toward ourselves. When we demand perfection of ourselves, we come to demand it from others around us too. As we strive to repair and heal our lives in recovery, we may also expect others to work just as hard and recover at the same pace as we do. And just as we are often unforgiving of our own mistakes, we may shut out friends and family members when they don't meet our expectations. Working the steps helps us understand our own limitations and our humanity. We come to see our families as human mistakes. We realize that we'll never be perfect, that we will at times disappoint ourselves and others. We hope for forgiveness. As we learn to gently accept ourselves, we can start to view others with the same accepting and tolerant heart. These people too are only human, trying to do their best and sometimes falling short. Just for today, I will treat others with the tolerance and forgiveness I seek for myself. Al-Anon's Courage to Change, July 29th. Al-Anon is a spiritual program based on no particular religion, and no religious belief is required. To those of us who have had less than a wonderful experience with religion in the past, this freedom is important. Spirituality doesn't have to imply a particular philosophy or moral code. It simply means that there is a power greater than ourselves upon which we can come to rely. Whether we call this higher power God, good orderly direction, Allah, the universe, or another name, it is vital to our recovery that we come to believe in a power greater than ourselves. Step 2. Until we do, the rest of the steps will not make much sense. This higher power might be likened to the electricity that operates the lights and machinery of our recovery. It is not necessary to understand what electricity actually is to enjoy its use. All we need to do is turn on the switch. Today's reminder: I may be seeking a more loving God in whom I can place my trust, or facing a challenge that puts my long-established beliefs to a test, or struggling with the very idea of a higher power. Whatever I believe, I can pray for greater faith today. Just that little act of willingness can work miracles. When I have at last realized that my problems are too big to solve by myself, I need not be alone with them if I am willing to accept help from a higher power. Al-Anon's 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading and some beautiful stuff. I definitely see a common theme, but real quick, talking about the big book as my cat meows away, talking about how there's something magical about another drunk working with another drunk. I guess it's the miracle of experience. But once again, those squiggly lines, right? They're important. It says here, but the ex-prom drinker who has found this solution, who's properly armed with the facts about himself, can generally win the entire confidence of another alcoholic in a few hours. Until such an understanding is reached, little or nothing can be accomplished. It's amazing how just helping another alcoholic with no desire for anything in return, and just telling my own experience, strength, and hope, how that could potentially help somebody else. Just like it helped me when I first came into the rooms to hear somebody else's story. And I remember thinking, wow, I thought I was the only one who struggled with that. And not just the drink, but the insecurity, the selfishness, the pride, the egomaniac with the inferiority complex. That was me. Still can be me if I'm not careful. But yeah, it's crazy how quickly friends in the fellowship earned my confidence when I first came to the rooms. And then you definitely hear the key theme of willingness. Just like Adrian's email, being willing to put in the work. Being willing to, in the NA reading, to forgive ourselves and forgive others. To being willing to let go of those expectations, which oftentimes get me in trouble, right? Expectations I place on myself or on other people. Just like Corey had said not too long ago, expectations are premeditated resentments. My expectations are inversely proportional to my serenity, right? But if I accept others for who they are, not as who they should be, accept myself for who I am, there's a whole lot more serenity that seems to flow in. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always great to have goals, and that's the beautiful thing about sobriety, is it gives us a chance to pursue these goals, right? But if I'm expecting to be perfect, well, I'm no better or worse than anybody else. And then, of course, in the Al-Anon, talking about willingness to believe in a higher power, whatever that looks like for us, My higher power might be different from anybody else's, but the willingness to keep my mind open and realize that I don't have all the answers. It could be the group itself at first, talking about all the people around us, right? Clearly, they're sober, something's working for them. I might listen to them. But everyone's higher power might look a little different. That's the novel idea about this whole program, right? And I'll tell you, it has, as a Christian, it has really deeply enriched my relationship with my higher power. And I'm so thankful for that. But my friends, I've rambled on enough. I hope you all have a great one today. Please know, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect or denomination. I'm just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here another day. And also, I want to thank Adrian again for the email and to congratulate you on over 12 years of sobriety. That's incredible. And thank you so much for your message. And for anybody else who would like to reach out, email is bigbookdaily@gmail.com. Or you can always call us at 865-309-5486. Love to hear from you. That's my favorite part, is hearing from anybody who wants to share their experience, strength, and hope. But with that, my friends, if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.